Once we have our parts laid out in Fusion 360, we want to be able to export a toolpath to use on a laser cutter or a CNC machine. When we're using a laser cutter, we want to make sure that we have the kerf automatically calculated in our toolpaths. That way, if we update our design, our toolpaths will update automatically. Also, this prevents us from having to go into sketches or in a vector editing program and update the kerf manually. We can let Fusion do this for us. Once you have your pieces all laid out flat, then you can go to the manufacturer workspace. In the manufacturer workspace, we need to create a new setup. So click Setup, New Setup. For the type of setup, we want to select cutting. It will default to milling, but make sure you select cutting. Then we can select the pieces of our model. Once you select all the pieces, it will make a relative stock size. This is fine for laser cutting. If you need to have a specific stock size for your application, you can set it now. Now we have our setup created. We need to create a new cutting action. We want to create a 2D profile. First, select the tool. This is the key to having the kerf automatically added. You can create a laser cutter tool that has the specific kerf for your laser cutter. I've created one for mine, and I've shown in a video how to do this before. You can make any generic laser cutter and just look at the spec sheet of your laser cutter and put in the kerf for the laser size. You can also make test cuts to find out what size laser you need. Once we have this set up, now I can select the geometry. It's as simple as clicking the top faces of each of the pieces that I want to cut out. Then I need to select passes. This is the important part that does the kerf compensation. So you want to click left or right. If you want to be on the center line, for example, cutting living hinges or etching, you can click center. But make sure you click left or right if you want kerf to be there. And then for compensation type, we're not sending it directly to our laser cutter, so we want to calculate this in the computer. Once all that is done, you can press OK. It will calculate these toolpaths. When they're finished calculating, you can export them as a post process. To do that as a DXF file, we'll click Post Processes. Then in our personal posts, we'll select the AutoCAD DXF, press OK. We'll label this file, and many times it won't add the DXF extension, so go ahead and add it. Click Save, and now we have that DXF file that we can edit in a vector program to set up the correct line weights. When I open this up in Illustrator, I want to make sure that I have the document unit set to millimeters because that's what I used in Fusion. For an Epilog laser cutter, we need these to be 0.001 line weight or hairline. You can change that simply and then resave the file and then use it for cutting on your laser cutter. So this is a simple way to have kerfs automatically added to your laser cut tool paths.